Hi everyone, I'm Tanas from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of April 25th. So this week we have sort of three main cosmic events unfolding. We've got that Scorpio super full moon that happens on the 26th, 27th. Then on the 27th, we also have Pluto going retrograde. And then on the 30th, we have the Sun conjunct or aligning with the planet Uranus. And so these are kind of the three main cosmic events that we'll be working with through the week as we wrap up the month of April. So let's first talk about that full moon, because you probably already started feeling that towards the end of last week. This full moon falls in the sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio rules over transformation, metamorphosis. You know, the scorpion is able to shed its skin, completely rebirthing itself. And we have that same ability. We all go through our own metamorphosis journeys. Sometimes it's, you know, like the phoenix rising from the ashes, and then other times it's little smaller transformations that we move through. And maybe maybe this full moon will help you to reflect on that, help you to reflect on your own transformations, your own metamorphoses that you've been going through for the last 6 months, and how you have shifted, how you have transformed, where you are on that journey. And because this is a full moon, specifically, what do you need to let go of to keep transforming, to keep shifting yourself forward on your journey? Excuse me. And that might be something you feel guided to explore under this full moon. Now, I kind of want to say that would make a great journal prompt, right? Like writing down, what do I need to let go of in order to keep moving forward on my journey? I think that's a really powerful question. However, I'm a little bit hesitant to offer that as a journal prompt, because I feel like Scorpio energy it's a water sign. It's kind of about going with the flow. We don't want to get too in our head about it. We want to allow this energy to flow. We want to allow ourselves to be guided. So maybe more so than journaling about it, it's about just observing, quiet observation about what you feel drawn towards and what you feel pulled back from, what you kind of want to separate yourself from. Just a quiet observation of how you naturally feel guided as you move through the week. So paying attention to that. What do you feel drawn to, and what do you kind of feel like you need to pull back from? I think that's a far more sort of meaningful way to work with this energy. Of course, you can definitely journal. It's such a great exercise. Journal prompts are wonderful, but just to sort of encourage you to stay out of your head and kind of go with that watery flow. Scorpio energy is also very, very sensitive and intuitive. So you may just be naturally feeling a little more connected, a little more tuned and tapped in. So work with that. Work with that intuitive knowing, that voice of inner knowing, which comes when we really are still, when we're paying attention, but also when we're really open to trusting ourselves and trusting those messages. So keep that in mind as you work with the energy of this full moon. And as always, I have a ritual which you can definitely use to help guide you through this Scorpio super full moon energy. I'll pop a link to that below. You can always find the rituals at foreverconscious.com as well. So that's the full moon energy. And then the next day on the 27th, or very shortly after the full moon, we have Pluto entering retrograde. Pluto goes retrograde once a year. It's very typical. However, this is the first retrograde we have had in about 2 months. So we've had all planets moving direct, which has really given us a wonderful forward moving momentum. But now we have one planet entering its retrograde. So we have this little strand of energy that wasn't there before. Pluto retrograde is very subtle. So we still can move forward. We still have a lot of energy supporting us to, excuse me, to keep moving forward. But this Pluto retrograde energy will just be sort of, helping us enter a little bit more of a reflective state. Kind of think of it like this: rather than moving forward with curiosity and wonder and, a lack of information, or, just taking a leap of faith, there's now a little strand that's like, use your past wisdom, use your past knowledge, reflect on the past, because there's important information there for you before moving ahead. And what we're being asked to kind of reflect and look back on are events that have unfolded in our life for the last 6 months. So there's kind of this theme with the full moon and with this retrograde, excuse me, I have like a little frog in my throat, of really connecting with the energy for the last 6 months. So maybe think about, what that has looked like, what that journey has been for you. So that's the Pluto retrograde. And then we have at the end of the week, the sun aligning with the planet Uranus. So this also happens once a year. It's an annual event, and it definitely can stir up some volatile energies. It can stir up some change, some shifts, a little bit of wobbliness. It's a very short-lived energy, so it's likely to be something maybe, quick and probably not that impactful. Sometimes the sun and Uranus can stir, crazy weather patterns, so that might be something to keep a lookout for. But really, it's sort of an energy that shakes us a little bit, so we can awaken any wobbliness or uncertainty that we feel around that April 30th date, is really to awaken us, to get us to look at things from a new perspective, to open our eyes bigger and wider to a new and higher truth. So keep that in mind if you are feeling a little uncertain. That is because there is new energy for you to explore, new territory, something for your mind to open to. It's not what you're already familiar with, it's something new to embrace. So see if you can work with that as we get to the end of the week. And then, of course, we'll be in the month of May and ready to take on the big cosmic events that happen in May. I'll talk about more about May next week, but May is definitely going to be one of those months to watch because it brings eclipses and all sorts of big cosmic events that will really be shaping and defining the rest of the year. But I'll talk more about that next week. I hope that was helpful. I am Tanaz from foreverconscious.com. Thank you so much.